Aaron, what are you doing? This is not where the rumbling's supposed to happen. I don't know, that man's face looks like he went out peacefully, if you catch my drift. That's not the look of a man who was upset that he was going out like that. Oh, that's what he sees them as? So this is like a human being summoned to talk to God. The one thing that I have to give a lot of credit to Lord of the Mysteries for is the fact that the way it can continuously introduce things and make it feel almost like you're at the beginning of a series again, with the amount of shock and awe and what am I witnessing, that type of energy. Because most of the time, if a series continuously tried to do that, it would grow boring, it would jump the shark, there's a lot of different ways it would go messy. And this show, for the first time in a little bit, truly made me say, oh damn, this is the feeling that I had at the beginning of the show. Just unlike the beginning of the show, this time I have a lot more, I'm a lot more familiar with this world, so it's not as bad. But the whole sun sequence, the pirate thing, like, there's so much they introduced this episode, and it has me saying, in any other show, I would feel like they're continuously trying to confuse the viewer too much to the point that, it's not good. Where with this show, I'm actually like, they're actually getting away with it. They have me saying, okay, we still got the stuff I'm familiar with. Well, what the hell is this City of Silver? it's pretty good. Make sure you drop a like, share your support, subscribe if you're new around. Your Patreon is, of course, to catch my full live reactions and other exclusives. So, I wasn't sure what I wanted out of this episode. I knew I wanted something, a little finishing touch of old Neil's death. I'll be honest though, his death was some bullshit. Not because of this show in particular, but I'm going to personally blame his death on the bullshit I've experienced this past week, because every single day of the week since him not making it, someone died or was set up to die in every single thing that I watched. Once a day, at least. Saturday to this Saturday. And I'm like, oh, old Neil was the chosen one to keep everyone alive. So they didn't really do a whole lot with the aftermath, but they did enough. Like, I really like that silent scene of just seeing people clean up, crying. They're just, I think they did what they needed to. And I was really expecting, okay, this is going to be a slower episode, maybe some setup, maybe some exposition, maybe just, we're going to just set up something to chill for a bit and we'll finish off strong. And they kind of did that for the first half, and then the gloves came off. And it was really cool seeing a bunch of different things, because they set up a couple things that had me really excited. And I don't know exactly how it works. All I know is there is some special episodes that are going to be airing after the main 13 wrap up. The pirate stuff is going to be a special episode, and then maybe the sun stuff at the end is also going to be, I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to find proper discussions without diving into spoiler territory, so I might be a little wrong on this stuff. But either way, both of those things had me really excited, because for a while I've been waiting for the next member of the table. Initially, I thought it was going to be Isaac when they first started touching with, him and everything going on. And I think the idea of the son, he seems interesting, because I have a couple of opinions of what's going on. Either I think he comes from that, what they set up, the City of Silver or whatever they call it. Looks like that place is not doing too well, which is why probably was covered in blood, why he was probably praying to a god unknown. Because what else do you have to lose? So either that's a city in the current timeline, just way off in a different land not known to the current one, or we're in a different time period talking with that guy. And honestly, I don't know which they'll go for, and I don't know which one would be more interesting, because it'd be really interesting if we do start bringing people into the table from different points in time, rather than having it be just one chronological, like everyone exists and currently is alive. Will they do that? I have no idea, but I'm really excited, because I'm really interested where he'll go as a character, because the design is really cool. The tease of whatever they did here with the blood sword dragon, clearly the guy's been through some shit, and honestly, it'll be interesting to see. That initial scene with him, because there's 6 minutes after the credits, I wasn't sure why the hell they're playing the credits at 22 minutes, but I was like, okay, I know you better than this. Before he joins up, he just sees all three of them just looking over. They looked like intimidating gods or devils. I wasn't sure which. And honestly, I think that's probably my favorite visual they've done on the show, period. It was just so cool. And the stuff about the pirate, I forget his full name, but part of his name is the Hurricane, apparently. That dude picked up a guy by his face, and just the whole... Like, am I terrified to potentially see characters I like fight him? Maybe. But gonna be cool nonetheless. This was an interesting episode. I'm really excited about where Klein's fighting style will go. So, it has been nice seeing him get a little better with his gun over time, but I never really felt like the gun felt like his signature weapon. More so like, that's his self-defense. Last resort. The tarot card deck, that's his thing. Because we've seen in the previous episode, like, him doing his, like, signature gambit move where he, like, can fire anything he holds in his hand as, like, a projectile, right? The idea of tarot cards just makes sense. To be honest, I naturally think a deck of cards being turned into a weapon, like with Gambit, I think is cool. I think it's a cool idea, but it just naturally makes more sense to do a tarot card, and I think it'll be a lot more up his alley, and I think he'll be a lot more effective in combat when shit does hit the fan, because it will be something that he's just naturally good at, rather than trying to be great with a gun and stuff like that. But either way, I'm liking it. The show, especially with episode 10, reminds me of the confusingness of the beginning of the show, but unlike the beginning of the show, you know, we're a little more accustomed to the world, to the characters, to the lore. Of course, there's still an encyclopedia worth of knowledge to learn. It doesn't change the fact that it's a lot more, I feel a lot more situated this time, and that's what has me excited, especially with season 2, because season 2's, I think they said 30 episodes, but they're gonna, like, split it up or whatever, into parts, like 2 parts, I'm pretty sure. Something like that, I forget. Either way, they're cooking. They're putting their time, they're putting their attention into this, and I'm gonna say something that's gonna ruffle some feathers, okay? I'm gonna say something that's gonna piss some people off. Source readers, I get why you were disappointed that they rushed to the clown fight, okay? I get it. And hell, it was confusing as for an anime only to not know what was going on half the time. But because they rushed to that, the rest of the season was able to be amazing. Because I gotta be honest, if they would have stretched out prior to clown fight to episode 1, I don't think it would have kept a lot of people, like, I would have kept my attention, but I don't think it would have kept the average person's attention. I think it was, I understand why it's disappointing to rush to get to something, but I think when you look at it from a consumer point, your average person forced to get rushed to that clown fight allows them to see the greatness of everything in the back half of the season, and I think it honestly paid off. People are going to flame me for that opinion, but I honestly feel it at this point with what they've been able to accomplish. But you can let me know what you thought down below. Favorite moment? It's probably tied between the pirate squeeze of death and the overall, "What do you want, my son?" Just, that was aura farming, and I loved it. But you let me know what you thought down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new around. Your Patreon is, of course, to catch my full live reactions and exclusives, like I give video shoutouts to my patrons. So today we got GR Valis, Pav, Ruben Sinha, Sonic Lore, Intar Students, Fozzie Wolf, Pickrick542, Thor Linsgard, and we also have Vi. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. You have a good one.